Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Mavri, where today we are going to be watching Shoumetsu Toshi episode 6. So, last episode where we left off, we got a bunch of new characters now. Apparently some thieves, some phantom thieves, working potentially with the organization, with the agency, although potentially that their boss is also working against the agency and whatnot. So lots of different factions here as well, right? But more importantly, Yuki's brother, Souma. I'm sorry, Soma. What Soju? Soma has reappeared on the scene, and so apparently there's going to be a big fight here. Now, hopefully, the CG in this episode is going to be a little bit better than what we've seen so far, so that we can have an enjoyable fight, right? And perhaps more importantly to me, I want to know what is the backstory in regards to Takuya. Right, that is probably my number one question right now in regards to, why is he doing what he's doing and what is his relationship with the organization. So let's just get into the episode. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I believe the pre-registration for the mobile game of this has exceeded 200,000 users now. So again, this is a very, very popular mobile game, right? In Japan, and now it's having a worldwide release. The anime, not as good as the game, I should say, judging by its popularity and its rating. Hi, Akira. Alright, prediction right now. Soma isn't going to win, but he isn't going to be turned back either. He's going to continue working with the agency. Alright, and here's the opening. Let me skip this real quick. I'll see you guys in a second. This opening song is probably... I think I've said it many times before. It's probably the best thing to come out of this anime. Alright, magician dude, I already forgot your name. Ooh. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about this. Will somebody kindly explain? Don't you have powers as well? What the heck? This isn't gonna work, you know. This is like the most stupid gunfight I've ever seen. Oh. No, you can even erase wounds? Alright. That's a useful ability. No. What the heck is this? Wait, what? Oh, what? How the heck did that happen? Oh. Mm-hmm. What? Oh. Oh, so he actually turned into a time machine? Oh, is he going to save that other girl? Wait. He knows him? Ooh. Ooh. Maybe dissummon him or something? Wait, what? Oh, I was like... Looting and stealing? What? Oh. Right? What? Yeah, okay. So he changed it into a toy knife? That's fun. An outcast. So that's how they turned into a thief group? Alright. And Takuya actually knows Tsubasa. Oh. Oh, just in the nick of time. You might want to like desummon him right now. I mean, he's already dead, right? So, I don't get it. Alright, so who's gonna be the one protecting him now? Oh, who's the one who... Oh, there we go. Oh, so the one who takes it can control him? Yeah, it's gonna disappear. We saw this before. What? Erase this? Oh. So he doesn't have any powers if he doesn't have that? I'm so confused right now. And he's going to disappear as well? No. What's gonna happen? Oh. And yeah, it is part of the agency, as suspected. And so that's why the brother, Tsubasa, worked for the agency and then later rebelled and then was probably killed or transformed in some way. Yeah, but what was he trying to do? Oh, so he wants to sac. Hmm. So I'm guessing this orphanage is like a center where they train the kids to use the artifacts for the powers, right? It's fake. Okay, so he never actually worked for the agency then. Okay, there we go. A new thing. What? What? Oh, so he was caught up and lost? But I don't get it. So, what was that scene where he was going against the agency? Okay. And so now he's really going to be gone. Like, really gone? Or Tamashi gone? Like, is Akira really gone? Or what? Yeah, but what can you do right now, Souma? Uh, yeah, but still. And so that's that? They just rescued him, and so now he's part of the good guys? Sending him away. He doesn't want any part of that kid. Well, that's convenient. Okay. Okay. Aw, we gotta get that next episode? Dang it. Alright. I'll see you guys after the ending. Alrighty, so let's try and summarize what we know so far about the plot, right? So, first of all, let's start with the agency, right? So, apparently this agency is using this sort of orphanage, this school, what's it called again? Hope, or School for the Disabled or whatever. Anyways, that orphanage, right? They're using it as a school to gather kids and maybe train them, or I guess they're gathering kids with the potential to use these kinds of supernatural powers, and then trying to enhance them using these artifacts in order to, I guess, search for a particular ability, right? And then Tsubasa, the elder brother in this series, decided to, make it so that he showed the most potential, so that the agency would be most interested in him in order to protect his younger brother, Yoshiaki. And so I guess later on he became sort of like a partial, what's it called? Partially an agent of the agency. I do believe that he worked for them for some time. Otherwise, why was there the scene where he tried to rebel against the the head honcho, right, and slashing the back of that girl, the green-haired girl, in the process, that sort of assistant to the main antagonist, right? So I'm not quite sure when that part happened, but we do know that later on, under the guise of being a thief, being master thieves or whatnot, they went around the world. Well, actually, sorry. So then he recruited his gang, his crew, if you will, getting a bunch of outcasts or delinquents or whatever. And then they went around trying to steal all these different artifacts, trying to erase them, right? Trying to erase their existence as a way to foil the agency's plans. Now, sometime later, don't know where, don't know when, but eventually the agency sort of tricked him into a certain position, tricked him that Yoshiaki was being held captive or something, lured him to the warehouse where he got caught up and lost, and so now he is apparently a Tamashi. And then the agency then apparently have some way of enslaving these Tamashi using the artifacts. And so that is that. So I think that is what we can infer from their story so far. And apparently Yoshiaki has even higher potential than his brother Tsubasa. So potentially we can expect him to have very great powers as well, similar to Yuki, who also has some quite high level ability of this kind of supernatural powers. Apparently she is able to call or generate a similar ability to Lost, right? And potentially that is what the agency is actually looking for. Although that remains to be seen. Now, Takuya, on the other hand, still not quite sure how he is related with the agency and such. There was a theory last episode, or a few episodes before, where someone talked about, you know, how Takuya might be somebody working at that school, right? And that is his affiliation with the agency. Now, that is possible, right? Because at the end of this episode, it seems, when talking about his past is related to the school in some way. But I know, I just feel like if he was, then he should have had some kind of reaction in the previous episodes when they mentioned that Tsubasa and Yoshiaki came from that school, but he didn't have any reaction at all. And so that is why I felt that maybe it's not a direct relationship with that part. And looking at the preview of the next episode from the ending of this episode, I don't know, in the photo, you know, the photo that showed his past, none of the kids there seem similar with the kids of the school as well. So that part remains to be seen. Alright, and in regards to the actual episode, I mean, the battle was still pretty meh for me, right? It didn't really go anywhere, and it ended, like, I don't know, it just wasn't very well animated. Let's just put it at that. And the scene breakdowns, right? It wasn't really that fluid. It felt like the fights just ended whenever they wanted to end it. And I don't know, I felt like it was kind of ridiculous seeing Souma and Akira just going around and launching sort of bullets at each other, and you know, doing that basically the entire way through, right? It lacked creativity. But I guess that's that, right? And speaking of Souma, like, I really can't care less about him and his story. Like, he's basically being this rebellious young kid, and he's being a pain in the ass, okay? So I'm glad that his story arc is at least kind of over. So he's knocked out, we don't have to worry about him for a while. I'm way more interested in Takuya's backstory, and maybe learn a little bit more about what the agency's agendas are. Right, because they don't seem to be entirely on the same page themselves as well, as we can see with their dialogue. So hopefully we can learn what exactly is the reason why the agency wants these kids with powers, and especially what particular power are they looking for? What are they trying to accomplish? Right? It's actually, I don't know, this anime is quite different from what I expected, and in fact, if this was just the story is based on, you know, revolving around this matter, I'm really curious how they managed to create an entire game around it. So it has to be something more than just a simple case of finding the agency, exposing them, and then stopping them, right? Maybe the agency is just one manifestation of something even bigger, right? But that remains to be seen. Let's take it one step at a time. But again, I'm looking forward to the next episode where we can see Takuya's past, and how maybe with his pieces of the puzzle, we can get an even clearer picture of what is happening right now. So that's that for episode 6. Just a heads up for you guys, next episode will be a bit delayed. I'm going to be in Japan on vacation next weekend, all the way to next Tuesday. So this episode, I mean, sorry, not this episode, the next episode, episode 7 of Shoumetsu Toshi, will probably be delayed. I'll try to get it out as soon as possible once I get back, but you know, I have all the backlog during that time to go through as well, and so potentially it might be delayed for 1 whole week, and I'll just do episodes 7 and 8 together. So that remains to be seen. It'll all depend on my free time. So that was that, Shoumetsu Toshi, episode 6. This is Mary, and so I will see you guys next time. Until then, bye bye.